This is a handwriting warm-up video. We're going to practice and make perfect one letter today. Make sure you have something to write on, like a piece of paper, a scrapbook, or maybe a mini whiteboard, and something to write with, like a pen, a pencil, a crayon. Pause the video and go and find those things now. Now that you've got your things ready, you can make sure your hands are ready. Put your pointer fingers up like this and bend them and straighten them a couple of times. Now link them together and push them away from you. Stretch your fingers a little bit. See if you can make a wave like this too. Oh, and the other way. All right, I think we're ready now. Today when we're doing our handwriting, we want to write with our page landscape. So not this way, not portrait, because we'll run out of space really quickly. We want to do it landscape, and then we'll have lots of space to write across the page. The first thing we need to do is draw the margin down the left-hand side. So that's kind of like the tree trunk. Like that. Then we're going to draw 3 lines or 3 branches coming from our tree trunk. So the way I get them to all be kind of equally spaced is I start with the one in the middle. So if you do the one through the middle first, then you look at these 2 spaces and you try and go in the middle again. So the middle of that space and the middle of that space. Then up in the corner, the top right hand corner, I'd like you to draw a little sun. It doesn't have to be big, but it just helps us to know which way our letters are facing. Last thing we need to do to set up our page is to draw our butterfly eggs. We draw our butterfly eggs right by the margin or the tree trunk, sitting on the branches, because this is where the butterfly, in case of the caterpillar, the story, thinks that the eggs are going to be safest and not fall out of the tree. Pause the video so you have time to set up your page like this. I'm going to show you some pictures and listen carefully to the first sound to see if you can work out which letter we're going to practice today. Octagon, office, ostrich, omelette, olive, on, off, octopus. What sound do you hear at the beginning of all of those words? If you thought it was the the letter O, then you're correct. Here we've got our capital or uppercase O and our lowercase o. And the only difference between them is that one is a tall letter and one is a short letter. To make the letter O, we're going to start by practicing our open mouth shape from Case of the Caterpillar. Remember, this shape starts right by the butterfly egg on the branch, and Case of the Caterpillar hatches from the egg and is crawling along the branch to eat up all the leaves. So she's moving towards the sun. So her open mouth is facing that way, where all the yummy crunchy green leaves are. So we start halfway up at that imaginary dotted line and we go open mouth. When we do it, we want to be really careful to make sure that it's sitting on the line. Open mouth. We also want to be careful that we're starting at the top of the shape, not at the bottom of the shape. Open mouth. Open mouth. Open mouth. Open mouth. The next thing we need to do to make our letter O is just join up that shape. So open mouth again, but open mouth and then close it up. So we go open mouth, there's our open mouth, and then we close it up back to where we started. Don't forget your finger spaces in between each letter or shape. Open mouth, close it up. Open mouth, close it up. Open mouth, close it up. Now sometimes, once we know what the shape looks like, we'll end up doing it this way. We might go like this and make it that way. But is that open mouth shape facing the right way? No, it's not. So even though once we finish it, it might look the same, we need to be really careful that we do our open mouth shape facing the sun, and then we close it up, all in one movement. On the next line, we're going to practice our letter O's, but make them big ones, like capital letter O's. So these ones all went up to that dotted line, but the capital O will go all the way to the line above because it's a tall letter. So starting at the top, open mouth, a big open mouth, close it up, just like that. It's kind of like an oval shape. Open mouth, close it up. Open mouth, close it up. Be really careful at the bottom to make sure they're all sitting on the line. Close it up. Oh, that one had a bit of a straight bit in it. Open mouth, close it up. Oh, and that one's jumping on the trampoline a bit. Okay, now let's go back and look at each line and give the best shape on each line a tick. So in the open mouth shapes, I'm looking for one that's facing the sun, that starts at the top and is sitting on the line. That one there is good. For our open mouth, close it up letter O shapes, we're looking for the same thing. Sitting on the line, not too tall, nice and round. I like that one there. And then on our capital letter O's, we don't want them to jump on the trampoline or to have some wiggly or straight bits because they are ovals or circles. So I think that one there is my best one. Our next job is to write a sentence with lots of O's in it. I'm going to razzle dazzle my whiteboard. You might need to do that too, or you might need to find a space on the back of your page or on the next page in your book where you have space to write a sentence. Pause the video and do that now. I'm going to say the sentence 2 times and then you can have a go at writing it. The sentence is, Oliver is on top of the box. Oliver is on top of the box. Let's read the sentence together. Oliver is on top of the box. First thing we need to do is check that we've written a super sentence. Do you have a capital letter at the beginning of your sentence? Here we've got a capital O, which is very similar to our lowercase o, but it just is a tall letter, so it goes to the top of the line. Do you have a full stop at the end of your sentence? And are there finger spaces between each of your words? If you remembered those things, good job. Now let's count up our letter O's. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have 4 lowercase O's in your sentence? Check that they are all small letters. So see next to this N how it's the same height, but see how next to the F is a tall letter, isn't it? But the O only comes halfway up. Awesome work today with your handwriting. See you in the next handwriting warm-up video. Bye!